All right. Hey everyone, Jeff here at StopThePirates.blogspot.com. Was it Tuesday, November? Anyway, I took a little trip. Bitcoin's going through the roof. Everybody knows that I'm a big proponent of Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies like Monero, XMR. Bitcoin is good because it's the big daddy on the block, but it's completely, I used to think it wasn't, but it is. It's completely traceable. And if you have a coin that you buy from somebody that's been used in illicit activity, they can trace that back and maybe take your coins, or no one's you can't sell it on any exchanges because it's been like red flagged or something. So I don't really like Bitcoin all that much, but I do have a little bit of it, and it's gone up a lot. It's at like 15,200 today. It went up to 16,000, and that's just in like the last month or something. So it's doing really good. Monero's gone up in the last 6 months like 60%. One other thing too I was going to tell you guys is that this shit's amazing. And during the wintertime in Norway, where the sun only comes up for like an hour or 2 hours every day, these people swear by this stuff. And it's cod liver oil. It's virgin. I mean, I'm not selling it or anything. I'm just saying it's pretty amazing, isn't it? Virgin cod liver oil. What's the brand name? I don't even know. Virgin cod liver oil. But yeah, it has vitamin D, EPA, and DHA, omega-3, vitamins A and D. It's good for your teeth, your bones, your joint health. It boosts your immunity and helps with vision. So, and it puts you in a good mood. But you can't be in a good mood if you don't have vitamin D. And how are you going to get it when the sun is basically being blocked by chemtrails? That brings me to my next thing, bentonite clay. What bentonite clay does, it's kind of a volcanic ash clay, and it has a positive charge to it. So you mix a tablespoon of that with water, and that's going to detox all the heavy metals out of your system, all the aluminum, bronnium, strontium, whatever the fuck they're spraying in the air. Anyway, just because I care. And what I find works for me, I think will probably work for everybody else. So this you only need a tablespoon of a day. Not even that. You're supposed to take like a teaspoon, but I take a tablespoon because I'm a big guy. But yeah, and it works. I mean, I'm like sitting here going, wow, I feel good. I'm in a good mood. I instead of being depressed all the time about because of the scamdemic, we're heading into lockdown 2 here in Orange County, and they're already telegraphing that on the mainstream media. Cases are up, and they're gonna bring us into lockdown 2. We're gonna move us into the next. We moved out of a tier. I guess there's a 4-tier system, and we're purple or yellow. I don't know what the fuck it is, but they're moving us back into the lockdown one. So, no more haircuts, no more restaurants. They're all going to go out of business, all these people. And that's what they're doing. Don't worry, you get a stimulus check probably in the next couple of months, and universal basic income. If I was anybody out there, and I'm just saying, if you're struggling paying your bills right now and you have a job or you don't have a job, or if they go move into lockdown 2 and you're going to lose your job, stop paying everybody. You need to do what's called an accepted for value on all of these bills, and follow it up with an administrative process if they don't accept it. That's what you're going to have to do. Because eventually, here's what's going to happen. They're going to come in and do what's called a debt jubilee, where they're going to pay off everybody's bills, and you don't have to pay anything. But you won't own anything either. You have to sign over all your shit to them, and they'll give you $1,200 a month. It couldn't be that much, could it? That's a lot of money. That's more than some people make a year now. Anyway, so when you receive a presentment from anyone that you have a standing contract with, and that means something your Social Security number is tied to it. Disregard the concept of a bill that you need to pay, because it's not a bill, it's a statement. And realize you don't owe anyone anything, because there's no money to pay anything with anyway. Because these things, these Federal Reserve notes, is a debt. It's a promise to pay. Promise to pay. We go, it's a promise to pay what? It's a promise to pay, promise to pay. That's all it is. Come out of Egypt, man. Why do they put an Egyptian pyramid on the back of this thing? Because that's who these people are. They're the pharaohs, and their base is in Switzerland. You know where that's where the home base of the World Health Organization is in Switzerland? Why wouldn't it be? They're running the whole world. Why do these governments all go along with this lockdown shit when there's nobody actually dying? It's a total scamdemic. Well, because they're getting paid, and they're all in debt to these people, these foreign bankers. And they go, we're going to wipe out your debt, but you got to give us everything. This is the way the world's going. Anyway, I'm so sick of even talking about that anymore, you know? Ugh. Anyway, yeah, you don't owe anybody anything. You can't pay a debt with a debt. You know what I mean? This doesn't even make sense. But what they did when they took away all our ability to pay for anything with gold, they gave us an exemption. And we're actually, for the corporation, we're the paymasters. We have to authorize the payments. But they trick us into giving them Federal Reserve notes. And all you have to do is basically just sign for it and send a 1099-A along with it to the accountants that are handling the bankruptcy, and that's the Internal Revenue Service. You know, it's interesting, people talk about the FBI. Why come the FBI doesn't do anything to these people? Because for one, they're not U.S. citizens. I mean, I'm talking about the Congress and the presidents and the attorney generals and things. They're not. They have to expatriate to take their position, and they all do it because when they do get in, they're set for life. I mean, do you spend 2 years in Congress and you get a pension for the rest of your life, free health care? It's it's like joining the mob, you know. But anyway, what was I going to say? Yeah, you don't owe anybody anything. There's nothing to pay with anyway. When your account was set up, you gave them some large amount of money from your account, and they never compensated you for it. Look at the bill. Notice there's a top portion and a bottom stub or payment. The portion that gets torn off where it says detach and send in with your payment, it's called a remittance. And you look up what a remittance is in a Black's Law Dictionary, and it tell you remittance is money. They're sending you the credit. That's why it's not a negative figure. If you get a $200 statement from the whoever, an account that's tied to your Social Security number, that's already paid. They're just giving it to you so you can authorize it and send it back to them and send it back to the accountant. Go, yeah, that's all. You can pay that. Go ahead. And when they stole all that gold in 1930, I was going to say, 4 things happened around the same time when the Federal Reserve came in. The Federal Reserve System, Federal Reserve Banks, the IRS, obviously, and the FBI, the Federal Bureau of Investigation. Who do they call when a bank gets robbed? They call the FBI because they're the enforcement arm of the central bankers. And then the last one was the Anti-Defamation League. The process of an accepted for value format item, you always need 2 instruments. The top of the statement and the bottom of the statement of the coupon. If you pay a $40 bill with two 20s, you've just sent in three instruments, two 20s and the coupon. That's beyond the two instruments required by one. Never send the upper and lower parts of the statement, your instrument, back in the return envelope. Look, I'm going to leave it. I'm not going to sit here and read all this because it's easier. I have examples and accepted for values that worked, and here's how you get. The key is really the follow-up. And hey, if you're not willing to do that, I understand. But the whole slavery system is set up to just milk you dry when you don't have to. There's no reason for it. Just learn this shit and use it. Especially now. I mean, they're going to collapse the whole freaking system. The whole thing. You might as well save your money. I mean, that's what I would do. Bitcoin's doing, did I already talk about Bitcoin? Bitcoin's doing good. Bitcoin's up to $15,000 per Bitcoin. Everybody knows that I love Bitcoin as an investment. And I like gold too. $15,303 is the price of Bitcoin right now. It's gone up $5,000 in the last couple of months. I saw it in 2017 go up $6,000 in one day. And at that time, I had like 12 Bitcoins. I was like, what? I paid $800 for each of them. But now Bitcoin is good, but it's completely traceable. Like all you need is somebody's Bitcoin address, and you can go onto this chain cipher site or chain analysis, put it in, and they tell you how many Bitcoins you have in your wallet. So I like privacy coins, and the number one I like is called Monero XMR, and because it's completely untraceable. I don't know how they do it, but I mean, we're going to have to get wise to how these things work when we start having to get into like black market things and get on the dark web to purchase things that we need or want. And don't be afraid of the dark web, man. Just get a Tor browser and download. Just go onto YouTube and go, how do I get on the dark web? And like millions of videos. Because I always wondered too, how do you get on the dark web? What's going on there? Obviously, there's shady stuff going on. You have to be careful, but who's going to know? You need medicine, or if you need a vaccination ID or whatever. I mean, all that shit's going to be on there. You don't want to get vaccinated. Now they're coming out on the news and going, well, the Army's, the military, a 4-star generals coming in. They got this new vaccine. It's going to be a two vacciner. So you're going to get 2 shots. And wow, I mean, the stock market just shot up like crazy, and they just love it. And the military is going to come in. What's weird is they have to keep these vaccines like 600 degrees below zero. I was like, cold. Why would they need to do that? It's weird. I'm not fucking taking it, man. Go ahead. I feel sorry for people, man. I do. Anyway, I'll leave it there. Do the accepted for value. I mean, that's just one remedy that we have. It's not illegal to do it. Nobody's going to go to jail or anything like that. It's your right as a business. Go to stopthepirates.blogspot.com. Thanks.